Well, hello there. How are you doing? Wanted to bring to you today, we're going to make dessert because you know what? I've been dying for dessert. I've been doing this weight loss program, which is, it's helping. I mean, I could feel a little bit of looseness in my clothes. I don't see very much, but I can feel the looseness, and this is with clothes that have no elastic in the waistband. But anyway, this is Rosa. I'm for RCG Creations. This is my company. We're going to make old-fashioned oatmeal cookies. And I'm going to be using my old trusty friend, my Betty Crocker cookbook. And this, as you can see, is pretty well wore out. This was a wedding gift back in 1980 when I first got married. And this book was, this is the 6th printing, and it was published in 1981. Anyway, so it's a very well-loved book. For those who don't have it, get yourself this book. This is a great recipe for all kinds of things. And I am going to tweak it because, again, I am on a weight loss program. So I'm tweaking it by putting, it calls for, I'm almost positive it's 1 cup of sugar. And I use the a stevia. It's not really a stevia. It's a low brand. Oops. Let me get to my page again. I just lost my page. So these are all kinds of recipes. Okay, where do I put it? Okay, let me make myself some room so I can flip to the page. Here we go. Now in the book it's called oatmeal wheat cookies, but I'm not doing the wheat flake cereal because I tried that many years ago and I didn't care for that flavor at all. So this is what's nice is when you're doing it when you have a cookbook, you can tweak it and you can always handwrite it. And well, I do mine in pencil, so that way you never know, things change and stuff, so I can write it on there. Put your little tweaks in here on your recipe. So if you do the recipe cards, or I do a lot of where I make my own recipes and I print them, and I put them in a sheet protector in a 3-ring binder, and I just tweak them, and I just write on the recipe itself the date and what I did or didn't like and how I tweaked it, so I'll know for the next time if I want to do that or not. So that's just a little tip there for you. But this is the oatmeal wheat cookies, and it calls for, and of course all this will be in the description box. 1/2 cup granulated sugar, 1/2 cup packed brown sugar, 1/2 cup shortening, 1 egg, 1/2 teaspoon vanilla, 1 cup all-purpose flour, 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1 cup quick cooking oats, 1 cup whole wheat flake cereal, which we're not going to use, 1/2 cup shredded coconut, which we're not going to use because these are just going to be plain Jane cookies, nothing special. You heat the oven to 375, you mix all the ingredients, and then you drop them onto an ungreased cookie sheet, which I'm cheating, and I'm using parchment paper because I don't want too much cleanup because I got to go to work. But I want to have myself a little snack during my lunch or after my mid-afternoon snack break, have a little snack. So I'm going to try to only bring 4 cookies, and that's it. So I'm going to try to be good. And then you want to bake them for about 9 to 11 minutes. You want them to, I do know this is for sure where it really makes a difference. After you cook them, you put them on something to cool off. I just use a cookie sheet, and I'll show you in just a minute when I get to that part. And I put them on there till they cool, and it's a baking rack. It's called a cooling rack, a baking cooling rack. And then you let them cool for about 3 minutes. Then you remove them and you put them on whatever container you're going to use them. But that waiting for 3 minutes really does make a difference. Okay, so let's get started. Now, what I've already done to save time, because I really want to stick to my time frame of being in under 15 minutes. So I've got all my ingredients. Here's the flour, the baking powder, the salt, the baking soda. And I'm working with my hands because I make sure they're clean hands and all your utensils are clean. And I'm just going to mix it up. I'd like to do all my dry ingredients first. Okay? So I'm going to mix that up. Excuse me, sorry about that. The morning allergies get me. Now I'm adding my sugar, my low-cal sugar sweetener. I'll put in the description box. I may do a pop-up of what kind that I used. It's whatever the store has or whatever I have. And then I put all mine in a mason jar. Then I vacuum pack it so it stays longer. And then I've got my packed brown sugar. Now I'm going to mix this all up. See that? I'm just going to mix it all up. And from my years of doing this, and as you know, I'm a new baker. Now I did bake when I first got married back in 1980, but not very much. And of course, I was taught a lot of that because Mother asked me to not be in the kitchen. My sisters were in the kitchen, my brothers were in the kitchen, but I was asked not to be in the kitchen. That's all I'm going to say right now. So I learned and stuff. So I did a little dabbling and stuff, but that's it. But now that I'm getting close to retirement, and hubby's saying it's time for me to start cooking, I'm going, okay, I'm going to start learning to cook. And I actually am enjoying it. But I just know from watching other people, other seasoned people in cooking, and seasoned does not mean age, I'm just saying they've been doing this a while, is I know that if you mix everything really well in sections, it really comes out and you produce a better quality tasting product. Okay. Oh, my timer's up. My oven's ready. I need to speed this up and I could have quit chatting. Chit-chat. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to put in our 1/2 cup of lard. Plain old-fashioned lard, which I'm using Crisco. That's my favorite still. That's what I like to use. Now you're just going to mix this all up. You're going to mix everything in here. Also, all my dry ingredients, except for the oats, are in here right now. Because I'm mixing all my dry ingredients. I'm doing the oats last, because that's kind of like the main, that's the queen of the show, which is the oats. And you just want to mix it all up. And then when your hands get sticky, you see that? Go ahead and scrape the excess with your clean finger. And then that, you're just mixing it all up. Now I'm going to be putting my oats in because I want to do all my dry ingredients. And I'm stacking all my dirty dishes, so when this is baking, it's only going to take 9 to 11 minutes to bake. I can be washing my dishes, so I have less of a cleanup later. Oh, now I'm getting a runny nose. I tell you, these morning allergies really get you. They get me good. So I'm just going to mix this all up. And make sure you scrape all the way down to the bottom middle center. Try not to get my bowl too greasy because I tend to be messy. And next thing I know is I'm going to have some stain on my clothes on my way to work. And I don't have time to change. Well, let me put it this way. I don't want to make the time to change. Okay. So you see how it's all pretty well mixed up together? You see that? Go ahead and scrape your finger one more time. Your fingers and your hands. Get all that goodiness off of there. Okay, now we're going to add the wet ingredients, which is 1 scrambled egg, and I had already scrambled it, and I'm just using a fork. I'm being lazy, but it's just so simple. There isn't really much to this. So that one's done, and isn't this a cute little container? I make my own homemade vanilla, so I got these containers from Amazon. And I forget how you're supposed to pull it up. Yeah, there we go. You pull it up, and then it slides out. But this is what I'm using for, and I'm not going to measure this because a little extra vanilla doesn't hurt anybody, especially when you're baking something like this. Is delicious. But it really asks for just I think it was 1/4 teaspoon. But again, that'll be in the description box. Now, this particular recipe, and because I already know, they tend to get a little bit on the crunchy side, and unlike mine, a little bit on the moist side, and hubby really likes his moist cookies. I'm going to add 1/2 cup of milk. Okay. And then you're going to mix it all up. See how moist that got? You're not done. Make sure everything all the way to the bottom is mixed up. And if you poured a little bit too much milk, that's okay. You can leave it just the way it is, which I tend to do. Or add a little bit more flour to your mix. Or add a little bit of oatmeal to your mix. Either one you want to do, just a little bit. If you think it's a little too, whoops. Again, I'm going to now use my fingers to scrape off the excess, because this will be enough for like half a cookie. All the extra stuff here on my hand, because I'm going to wash my hands. There we go. And then I'm going to get my little scoop, and I'll be right back. Let me just go wash my hands. I would turn the video off, but both hands are yucky. Alrighty, and I knew I was going to do this, so I was prepared and I was ready. So let me dry my hands off. Let me clean up my little mess right here quick. Let's move this over. Now I'm just going to drop them onto my cookie sheet. Yeah, you kind of sort of it in there. And I've just got to, it's always good to have 2 different sizes of cookie scoop. These are ice cream scoops, but I call them cookie scoops. The only time I really use them is when I'm making cookies. And I know there's some that are made like that because I've seen them in the stores. And you just drop them off by, I just push it so it makes it the same amount equivalent. And I drop them on my hand. Now, I don't even squeeze them. I don't do whatever the shape they get is what the shape they get. And they will spread a little bit. So I'm not too worried. I think I'm actually going to do 4. I'll make sure I have enough to go on this one cookie sheet. And you see this little scraggler right here? Let me get this out of there. You see that little scraggler right there? Leave it like that because it makes a real nice little crunchy, because I like crunchy. Or just put it on top. Okay, yeah, definitely need, I can do it for 4. That way I have enough. And then another big tip is when you're making your cookies, if you find out certain recipes, they actually do spread a whole lot more than what you thought. Write a little tip down there to make sure you know when you're putting them on your baking sheet that you give yourself enough room so they don't touch each other when they spread. I need to get myself another little cookie sheet. I think it was I think I put a little bit more than half a cup of milk. But that's okay, it'll work out. You can always make one big cookie. You see those at the store, in the mall? A great big old jumbo cookie. Okay, there's just enough for a few more. So, I'm going to put this down here. I'm going to turn the camera off. I'm going to get this other one in here. Then I'm going to get them in the oven. Then I'll bring you back for the taste test. Well, we are back for the reveal. Now there's all the cookies, and you see how they spread? I didn't space them far enough. I should have stuck with see my first 3? I should have stuck with that. And, oh, let me just make sure I'm still in frame. Yes, I am. Okay. So I ended up making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 15 on this rack. And I just got them out of the oven. But I did have to cook these. They were on the top rack an extra 3 minutes. So these would cook. And because these did rest a full 3 minutes. But look how full they are. Throw this away as soon as this cools off. This can go back in my storage. And how fast is that to clean your pots and pans? Anyway, and look how pretty. Nice and golden. They're still a little bit soft. I'm going to let these cool. And you know, since this is what I've always done when my daughter was really young, is when they combine together as one, that means you get one whole cookie. Because they're actually one piece. It's not 2 cookies, it's 1. So, let me show you. Somebody's going to get a double batch of cookies. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the taste test because these need 3 minutes to rest. And let's get the little puffy one. And let's do, oh yeah. Look at that. It's nice. Let me bring you up close. It's nice and cooked. I want to make sure I stay away from that heat because I don't want to burn myself. I have to tell you again, mixing your ingredients a little at a time really makes a great flavor. You can taste all the flavors are incorporated. It's not overly sweet because I didn't do a full cup of sugar. I did half a cup of sugar and half a cup of a Previa. And I vacuum packed this in individual little baggies on May 2020. And this is a low-cal sugar. Nope. These are not on a weight program, but you know what? We gotta have some sweetness once in a while. So, it's really good. Definitely, the next time you want to add some stuff to it. Like, I love to have chopped pecans or chopped walnuts. Hubby don't like them, so I didn't make any for him. Like the recipe called for coconut flakes. Put coconut flakes in there. And do yourself a favor. Instead of adding regular vanilla extract, do a different kind, like an almond extract, a lemon one. I have actually had lemon oatmeal cookies, and I did it with lemon extract. The exact same recipe, lemon extract, and I did lemon, what do you call that? Lemon zest. That's the zest of a fresh lemon. And I mixed it all in the recipe. It was good. If you want something different, especially if you like lemon, that's a really nice cookie. So anyway, I thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and share. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Give me some thumbs up. We thank you so much. Have a good day. Take care. We'll see you at the next video. Bye-bye. Oh, don't forget, check out the description box for the full recipe and the how-to instructions.